What is going on, everybody? We are back with another review. I started off and almost choked on my own spit. That was fantastic. Uh, this,
Ooh, solid start.
this is CCW, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
Yeah, we're talking about Monday Night Raw from October 27th. Um,
Yes.
both him and I have talked a little bit before we started recording, and we both agree that it was actually a pretty solid show, minus like 1.5 matches. Um, but otherwise, I think this has probably been one of my favorite shows in wrestling period in a long time.
Yeah, it was a very easy watch.
Um, we're in Anaheim, California. Joe Tessitore, Wade Barrett on commentary, and I turned the show on just as Jey Uso made it to the ring, so I only had to suffer through like 5 more minutes of it.
Dude, it from the start of the stream to him getting in the ring was like 9 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yeah, and then I said, "This run it back shit for his entrance is stupid, and I'm getting tired of it," uh, which is funny. Because then Punk thankfully interrupts him as he tries to tell everyone that the people in his ears don't matter. It's just him gonna be champ. Um, Punk then had his theme song ran back, which had me laugh, even though I still hated it.
Yeah, I guess he did all the little gesturing and everything. It was funny.
Um, Punk says that he won't get into Jay's personal space because at the pay per view, at Saturday Night's main event, he's going to be all in Jay's personal space. He knows that they're both friends, but he now knows that Jay does have what it takes. But he's questioning how far Jay Uso's willing to go. At which point Jay's like, "Dude, you're just trying to spin it like I'm the bad guy here." He's like, "But you know what? Screw you, Punk." And he says Saturdays he's gonna win, or Saturday he's gonna win. 4 letters, one word. Dumb. Um,
Yeah, Punk carried the segment.
yeah, he did.
I could care less about what Jay was saying. Jay's promo skills
Trash, dude.
just don't do it for me.
Some of the worst in the business.
Yeah, I am not a fan.
I would rather hear 90% of the women's roster in AEW talk than listen to Jay talk.
Oh, oh, oh. That's
And that's not an exaggeration. Like, Jay is that bad
he
to
just
me.
doesn't have anything interesting to say.
No.
He is all entrance. It's
Um,
just baffling.
and the stupid 4 letters, one word, Why are we ing? Where's the ing coming from? That's like 4 extra letters, by the way. I don't get it.
Well, it depends. Are you spelling it UGH or just UH?
I just spell it UH, personally. However, it finally ended, thank God. Um,
Yeah, I hope like hell they put the belt on Punk, which I think will be the more interesting thing. Um, Clearly we're setting up an Uso versus Uso match, which we'll get into because there were several freaking Uso segments. But I don't care about Jimmy Uso anymore. I don't think they do either because they can't decide if he's a heel, if he's a babyface. They're jumping rope with that line like weekly.
right.
It's like they don't know what to do with him.
We
I'm
get
sure it's all by design though.
right. We get a backstage segment. Dom wants a pity party, but no one cares.
Yeah, they are turning on him.
Roxanne is apparently wrestling Nikki Bella tonight. Ugh. And by the way, we'll get to that soon. Um, but yeah, it was just pretty much Dom wanting help because two people who he's been fearing and cheating to win against. Um, we're having a number
What are
one
you talking about? He's never
match.
cheated.
Never cheated.
He even said it right then.
Not once. Never happened. Never happened. He also doesn't have any tattoos. Um, but yeah. Now I'm gonna say this. I don't like most of tonight's backstage segments. The next time we see Dom, though, it's a great one. Okay, it is probably one of my favorite backstage Dom segments. Um, and I love it. We'll get to that though. Then we get to match one: Penta versus
Oh,
Rusev.
hold on. You didn't even go over the best part of the thing. Dom's getting the pity party, and nobody wants to help him, so he jumps on the phone to make a call.
Oh, I didn't care to mention that. I'm sorry.
You're just so over these backstage segments.
I am. Yeah, he calls somebody. You know, it's the stupid Americanos people. We'd already talked about that he was going to end up in a 3-way for the title last week when we were talking about it. That we were right.
I think Adam Pearce should have threw a swerve and made it a 4-way and threw Americano in there with him.
That would have made it way more interesting. That's for sure. But then there's only one face in that entire group, and I don't know how you play that off.
Yeah, but who cares? A heel with the belt would be more interesting anyways.
Right. Penta versus Rusev for the number 1 contendership for the IC title at Saturday night's main event. Honestly, a really good match.
Yep.
Penta dominates for most of the early part of the bout until Rusev comes back after a flapjack on some steps. Rusev stays on top for a while, then Penta comes back. Rusev ends up hitting a Machka kick while Penta was in midair again, which is how he won last time.
Yep.
Penta kicked out. Penta managed to hit a Penta driver on Rusev that I didn't think was going to work.
He got him over.
Listen, Rusev's a big guy, and Penta didn't look like he struggled at all.
No, well, I mean, those guys... Rusev is probably very light, i.e. he knows how to carry himself.
Right.
So, he made it look easy. I was also like you, like, ooh, he going to be able to do this? And it, like you said, it looked very easy.
Yeah. Afterwards, El Grande and his cronies came in and attacked them, causing honestly, just to throw the match out.
A no contest, yeah.
And after the match was thrown out, Rusev and Penta fight back, but the Americanos peoples get away.
Yep, they bail.
But like I said, up until the very end, when it got stopped, I thought I was enjoying it. I was having a lot of fun watching the match. I think it's the best match the two of them have had so far. Interesting.
I would agree with that.
Interesting fact, by the way. Not only does Rusev currently have a losing record in his second run in WWE, he has already lost like 2.5 the amount of times he did in his entire AEW run.
Yep. It's a lot easier to put people over when it's the other company, apparently.
Yeah. I just think it's kind of funny that like he didn't want to lose over an AEW, but he goes back to WWE. He's like, yeah, I have no problem laying on my back.
Well, they probably heard that and they're like, all right, brother, you're taking the fall a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does suck because his character was much more interesting in AEW.
Yeah, it was until the very end when he started doing some weird shit. Backstage, LA Knight. Listen, LA Knight for the most part has won me over. I don't know what the fuck this promo was though. Like, he said that he didn't learn how to quit, and whoever wins, he's coming after them. But there was a lot of things he said around that to allude to all of this. It was all over the fucking place, and I was having a hard time following. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Knight?" And then finally,
he rambled in circles.
Yeah, and then finally he was like, "Whoever comes out of this match, I'm coming for them." And I'm like, "Well, you could have started there."
Yeah, they must have needed to fill some time, which makes no sense because they're not locked into like a certain time frame anymore.
No, they're on Netflix, and they all run 2.5 hours now, anyways.
Exactly. So you don't have to be too long when you don't have to be.
So yeah, this didn't make any sense. Well, it didn't mostly make sense to me until he finally said.
It didn't make sense to the end where he was like, "Hey, I got next."
Yeah, and then I was like, "Okay, I'm glad we're back on track."
I also think the question that she asked him was stupid.
It was.
But I think that's what led him to the weird rambling crap.
Do you think that's one of those things where after it was done and he was done with the promo, he was like, "Fuck, man, I could have did that so much better."
I'd been like, "Is this a pre-tape? Can I have another shot at that?"
That again?
We're live, La. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Listen, that's all I need. 1 word, 4 letters. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Backstage, because, WWE likes to run their match, 2 promos, match, 2 promos, match. Anyways,
I'm sensing a pattern.
we get Braun Breaker, who's upset. He feels like he should have been in the Battle Royal, but then also felt like since he wasn't, he should have just been able to go in and toss everyone out any damn ways. Which I agree with, by the way. Heyman was like, hey.
I like Heyman's explanation as to why that was a bad idea.
He's like, look, can't do that because we could end up suspended without pay. I have a better idea. Tonight, how about you take out the person that claims they're next in line? Also, by the way, they put both of these back to back, and I was like, stop it. I don't need this kind of flow where it's like, this segment matches this segment back to back. Like, you can separate them. It's okay to have shown something a little later.
They got a little heavy-handed with the direction.
Yeah, they do. But no, basically he was just explaining, like, look, we're going to go out there, we're going to take care of the person that's next in line. LA Knight, you'll get your title shot that way. It's a lot easier than just going through and doing things incorrectly.
Yep.
Which I also agree with. But I would have liked for Braun to just go out and fuck some shit up last week too. I'm just saying
they need something because they seem so less important now that Seth's not there.
I don't feel like they're.
It's the way they're being booked.
I don't feel like they're less important. I feel like
they've cooled off. I doubt it was by design.
Well, prior to Seth, Braun Breaker specifically, felt like prior to Seth being kicked out, felt like a badass. He always had an attitude. He carried himself like you knew he was going to betray Seth at some point. Now I thought it was going to be longer, obviously, but
everybody thought it was. Well, injuries pushed the timeline up,
right? But you could sense that like he just had some badass to him. The problem is, now with Seth gone, he's following Heyman, and he doesn't have that edge to him. So for me, it's not that he doesn't feel as important, he doesn't feel as intimidating as he did. And he just...
because he hasn't done anything in like 2-3 weeks. He hasn't done anything to make himself look dominant or anything.
He kind of had that moment last week where he came out with the world title, looked cool, was basically making Adam Pearce look like an idiot.
He didn't do anything except relinquish it.
Oh, I know. But he made Adam Pearce look kind of like a bitch, which I think was what they were going for.
True.
But at the end of it, like, right now he's just kind of like, but I should have been in that title match.
Yep.
Why can't I wrestle? Why do I have to wait for everybody? Now, obviously, he doesn't sound that whiny, but it's close.
Yeah, it's... The mystique has been taken off.
He needs that edge back. He needs to look more intimidating.
Now we say all this, but
the match they have, then he puts on a
next
banger fucking match, dude.
Oh, it was great. Probably one of the best TV matches of the year.
Oh, and actually, this one switches up a little bit. So we go to commercial break after that. We come back from commercial break, and we get an Asuka hype package, guys. That was pretty much just talking about...
in case you forgot who she was.
That was pretty much talking about her streak. I know why they did this, and it's because Goldberg opened his fucking mouth.
Goldberg.
And WWE is like, "Oh yeah, Bill Goldberg. You think her streak? You think that woman or some woman wasn't that great? Let me show you what greatness is." That is the only reason for this segment. I guarantee it.
Yeah, Goldberg needs to take a long walk off a pier.
Agreed. Not off a pier, but just away.
A pier is into water. He can swim.
We don't know that. Maybe he can't swim. Was he ever thrown off a bridge? I don't think so.
I don't know.
WCW wasn't that cool.
WCW, they threw people off buildings, so.
Well, so did WWE. Do you not remember 2020's...
That was pandemic. That was pandemic WWE. We tried to block that out. That was Rey Mysterio, too, that got threw off the quote-unquote roof.
That man lives through everything. Like 15 knee surgeries, still wrestles like he's 22.
Best luchador of all time.
Yeah, he is. And then we get another backstage segment because we're full of them. Adam Pearce makes something official. I put in quotes. probably the triple threat. And now one of the tag teams, one of the members of Judgment Day between JD McDonough and
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. One of them has to wrestle against Sheamus. That's Sheamus. That's fun. Sheamus. JD offers himself as tribute.
He does.
Quickly, too.
Yes,
there was no hesitation in that head. You'd think there would be a lot...
the Mockingjay itself.
You'd think there'd be a lot more space for the words to travel because of how big that noggin is. Nah, that was quick.
His head has its own orbit.
Okay, match number 2 is the stinker of the night.
Boy, is it.
Roxanne Perez and Nikki Bella. And let me be honest with you guys. The match wasn't terrible, but it was boring.
Yeah, Nikki Bella is severely limited in what she can do. She's not really an athlete. But at least the right person won.
Keep going. I'm drinking something. You're good.
Oh, I could tell. The right person won. Roxanne won. Fairly clean.
Didn't she grab the ropes at the end?
No, she got caught doing that.
Oh.
She beat her with the
Pop
slowest pop rocks ever.
Also, there were a couple times at least, I think, where what's her face tried to like intimidate Nikki throughout the match.
Raquel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raquel, I mean, Judgment Day be doing Judgment Day stuff. That's why I said fairly clean.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Backstage. There was a post. I'm sorry, I forgot about the post-match angle. I was going to completely skip all that shit. Stephanie Vaquer came out because they did the beat down.
Yeah, she was returning the favor from last week where Nikki came out and evened the odds for her against them.
Thankfully, Vaquer was moving like she looked normal. I was so worried about her knee after last week.
Yeah, because there was rumors she hurt her knee.
Nikki steps up right into her fucking face, though. Which she looks so much taller.
She is.
But yeah, so Rodriguez steps right up into Vaquer's face, and then Nikki also shows up next to Vaquer, so it's like two little people standing up next to it. It was like looking at Hornswoggle stand next to Big Show. Anyways,
it wasn't that bad, but I understand. I understand what you're going for. Not Roxanne. God damn it, Raquel is a head taller than both of them.
She's a JD McDonough head taller than both of them.
Yeah. It's a fairly good sized head, taller than either Stephanie or Nikki.
But yeah, so eventually Raquel just walks off with Roxanne, and that's the end of that. So anyways, backstage, Asuka and Kyrie are mad at Bayley and Lyra because they feel like they should be in the tag match.
Yep, they stepped in front of them in line.
Bayley comes up as Asuka and Kyrie leave, and then Bayley and Lyra are like, or Lyra's like, I've never wrestled either of them, and then Bayley's like, oh man, we might lose, and then Lyra's like, but we also might win, and I was like, this is so dumb.
Yeah, with them losing to spoilers. What the hell are they? Where is this going?
I have no clue.
Me either, and I can't. Bayley heel turn, maybe? I mean, but if that's the case, they should have just did it a month ago,
right,
before all this. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but.
So, also backstage, Jimmy confronts Jay and basically says that Jay was just afraid to find out that if Jimmy was good enough to throw him out when it came to being one-on-one. He also confronted him about the whole "I saved you 2 times and then you tossed me out the moment you got a chance" type thing. and Jay sounded like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. He
Yeah.
he sounded really weak coming out of all this, because he was like
Mm,
I didn't throw you over. You were mixed up, and Jimmy was like, I watched the tape, dude. I'm not dumb.
right.
um,
Yeah, that's the main thing that worries me. They're making Jay look all this way. I'm hoping it's to make him kind of like really snap once he loses to Punk. Because, man, I hope they're not setting this up for him to win. God, I hope they're not setting this up for him to win.
oh, me too.
And to look this weak doing it.
Me too. So then we get match 3, which is tied for me for match of the night. With the women's tag match. I really enjoyed the women's tag match. But these two, dude, Braun Breaker and LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
It was great. The finish in particular was really good.
killed it, dude. So first and foremost, LA Knight was like fighting off everybody because like Heyman was involved to some degree, and then you also had Bronson Reed out on the outside, getting his ass beat mostly. LA Knight looked really strong in his loss. Like,
Yeah, he didn't look weak at all.
no,
He just couldn't overcome
3
the
people.
odds and this freak of a freaking athlete.
But end of the match, Breaker ends up winning with a spear. But it was off of a distraction from Heyman.
Yeah, LA Knight's on the second rope about to jump up to the top to do his his elbow drop, and he gets distracted, which causes LA Knight to delay. This allows Braun to nip up and spear him. It was great.
Oh yeah, it was, and it was just a great match. I don't have too much in terms of like other high spots.
Notes. No, I mean they kind of wrestled around the outside a little bit. They were on the inside. I mean,
I don't know if it was on TV, but Breaker did toss him onto the announce table at one point.
that was on TV.
Was it?
Yeah.
Listen, as I watch on Netflix, I no longer know sometimes because I'm also working, so like I'm looking over and back and forth.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that's cool. But yeah, it was a great match though, dude. They fucking killed it, and yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do with LA Knight right now though, because I kind of feel like that puts Braun Breaker next in line.
It does, but maybe.
Unless he goes to Adam Pearce and is like, hey, dude's a dick.
Put me in a three-way dance. I don't know. I think he probably helps Punk win against Braun if Braun is next, just to kind of get some redemption, which still kind of keeps him around the title picture.
Right.
I think he's going to get a title shot eventually.
He needs to win at some point, dude. Like,
He's running out of time. He's no spring chicken, as they say.
He's running out of time.
He's probably going to be one of those superstars who never gets it. He got there very late in his career.
Yeah. So backstage, Adam Pearce is looking for Dom, and he finds him, and he's like, "So Dom, what's up with what happened?" Because Dom was talking to the Los Americanos guys. So as they're walking off, he does that stupid pound that they do, where it's just all I don't know. I don't even, it's
the little weak hand bump thing.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Where their hand just dangles and they touch.
Yeah. Anyways, so Tom's like, yeah, they totally did that on their own. Came up with that plan and everything, you know. But it's kind of crazy because it actually helps me out a little bit, you know. Because now with both of them, you know, not being able to actually get the pin, I guess I don't have an opponent for next week. And Pierce is like, oh yeah, by the way, at Saturday night's main event, you're defending that title against both of them. And then Dom, he actually says to Dom, he says, and I thought it all up on my own. And he goes to, as he's walking off, Dom goes, no habla inglés.
Yep, he's like, no habla inglés.
He's gonna win.
He is. I don't know how he's gonna win, but he's gonna win.
But it's hilarious right now because dude, that was an excellent backstage segment. Because Dom's character work is so good, so good.
Yeah, it's just his in-ring work. His in-ring work lately has been better, but he's still got a long way to go. He just has no physique, so he can't really do much. And because everybody he's wrestling is so much bigger than him,
he also still looks really young, even though he's not.
he's like, yeah, I was gonna say he's in his mid-20s, ain't he?
Yeah. But he's still listen, if he shaved off that mustache, he'd still look like 12. I'm just saying. I don't.
You're not wrong. He's 28.
Yeah. So also backstage, Jay and Jimmy meet up again. Jimmy's like, "Hey man, just want to let you know that I love you." He says he's got a lot on his plate, doesn't have a lot of real estate for anyone left. Says that Jimmy and himself, says Jimmy said himself that Jimmy would have tossed him over if given the chance. They dap up and walk off. I feel like Jay's going to need Jimmy's help, and Jimmy's not going to be there, is how this is all going to go.
Yeah.
At some point. And I think that's going to be what triggers the two of them to truly argue. And Jimmy's going to be like, you told me that you had to do all this on your own, so I left you on your own. The fuck do you want from me, bro?
Right? I think Jimmy's going to get sick of his shit and end up turning on him. Or Jay's going to blame him for, like you said, not coming and helping, and then Jay's going to turn on Jimmy.
Right. Match 4 is JD McDonough, Headman versus Sheamus. I wrote that out, by the way. Which again was actually a really solid match. One really sloppy moment though, when Sheamus, you could tell he was exhausted.
Yeah, this match was a little too long. It was good, but I would have rather this. So the duration of this match and the LA Knight and Braun, I wish they would have switched like the amount of time they had, because I would have liked to have seen more of LA Knight and Braun and a little less of this.
Right. So, really solid, mostly solid match. Like I said, there's that one issue where Sheamus was just super tired towards the end of it. He goes to do the 10 beats to the... Well, he goes to place him in the 10 beats to whatever he calls it. But you could tell like he was losing his footing, so he finally just dumped him over the top rope to land on the apron and was kind of like, hope you land.
Right, and the other messed up thing is he's like, oh crap, because he knew he had to take the Spanish fly off the top
right
later, so I'm sure he was like, oh god, I gotta get up there too to do that.
But these two Irishmen, dude, beat the hell out of each other, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes, they did.
Dude,
yes, they did.
Every single time JD McDonough wrestles in a singles match, it makes me hope that they split this tag team up at some point soon, because I actually think JD's really good.
I agree, but what do you do with him?
I have develop a personality and let him figure it out. He's got enough mind in there. He can figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. That's not up to me to decide, though. That's up to Triple H. I just want to see this man, at this point, keep doing single stuff. I like Finn, don't get me wrong, but I don't need them as a tag team anymore.
Yeah, I'm ready just for the Judgment Day in general to just be done and over with.
Also, I will go ahead and bring this up. I wrote it down at the end of my notes, and I told you I was going to talk about it at the end of the show. But I'll go ahead and bring it up here because this is the last match that it happens. This is 4 of 4 matches up to this point that has some sort of interference in it, and it pisses me off.
That's every wrestling show ever. AEW does it a lot too. There's no such thing as a clean finish anymore. Everybody's so afraid to let somebody eat a pin.
Right. But I feel like it was super egregious here because at least AEW might have a squash match where that don't happen.
Well, I can't argue with Collision. I mean, that point.
Um, but here, dude, it was like every single match. Penta and Rusev absolutely ended because a bunch of people jumped in the ring and jumped him.
Yep.
Roxanne Perez and Nikki Bella. Raquel didn't stay non-involved. She absolutely tried to intimidate and get in the way several times. Braun Breaker versus LA Knight. All of the division. Got involved in that match. JD McDonough and Sheamus.
What if he calls them the division because it's Steiner math?
That would be hilarious, and I hope that would be the smartest thing they have ever done. And then we get, because JD McDonough wins because Finn Balor hits Sheamus with a shillelagh. So I don't know. It happens, and then even the next match after the match is over has a post-match angle where someone gets jumped. So like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't remember wrestling being this egregious.
Yeah, it's getting exhausting. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Monday Night War.
Later NWO?
Exactly. Nitro with the NWO. Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Good man, you knew exactly where I was going.
Yeah, I did. It's a problem.
Yeah, between that and the backstage segments, which the next one is a doozy.
Yeah, so backstage, Pierce is like, listen, you've earned yourself another IC title. I don't know how. I don't know what she did.
She's got wins. Those are wins she's collecting over Becky Lynch.
But she's gonna get another IC title shot. But I will give her props. She was like, I need to make sure I'm ready first. I'll get back with you on that.
And she said she had to call somebody. I wonder who she's gonna call.
Otis. I love Otis. He's great.
Otis was with her last time.
He was. Nor to be seen tonight, though. But yeah, so there was that. And then also backstage, Bliss and Charlotte are 2 wins away from having the most tag team title wins in the women's tag team title division.
If that's not an indictment on how poorly this title has been booked, I don't know what is.
Correct. Asuka and Sane then come up, and they were like, hey, we should be in the match. And Charlotte's like, hey, we'd be happy to wrestle you. And then Asuka's like, you're not ready for Asuka. And then she walked off.
I love Asuka. Kyrie!
I am about annoyed at this point, because it has been the same thing
I still love it.
every week.
So their English is limited.
That's fine. I don't care.
They need to do more of the pre-taped things that they did with the subtitles.
Oh God,
they can actually speak. Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
It's great.
No.
Then they can actually communicate properly.
Kyrie, that's the best part of that whole thing.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And Kairi Sane's acting is very well done as well. Yeah,
and Kyrie's actually starting to enjoy being the minion.
Yep.
So then also backstage, AJ and Dragon Lee are willing to defend their tag team titles. Because AJ's like, I'm only going to be here through 2006, and I'm done. So we might as well get to defending these titles.
2006, 2026.
Whatever.
They'll say, we lost 20 years.
I feel like we did.
Kinda.
Judgment Day show up, and they're like, hey, we won. And he's like, I seen you cheat. And AJ was like, I don't care. We'll face him again. And Pierce was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, all right. Man, please don't let them win the titles back. I don't.
Oh, that would be awful.
Please don't. I don't need that in my life.
No, I need the unraveling of the Judgment Day so these people can do other things.
Whatever happened to Bliss and Charlotte wrestling? What are their names?
Ruka and what's her name?
Sol Ruka and Zarya.
I don't know. They're hoping you forgot about it. Maybe it happened on NXT sometime. I don't know.
Did it happen on? It wasn't on SmackDown last week.
Nope.
I feel like we'll see. Maybe it'll be on SmackDown this week. Anyways, next up is the women's tag team championship match: Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So again, I actually had a lot of fun watching this match.
I hated the finish, and it was a little sloppy at the beginning, but they worked hard, and it wasn't a bad TV tag title match.
So, first and foremost, I actually really liked the finish, the double natural selection.
Yeah, but it's like a basic move that they do that they've never gotten a pinfall off of ever as singles, but it's supposed to be their tag team move.
My guy, Charlotte has won with that move a lot. That's Charlotte. That was one of Charlotte's finisher besides the figure eight.
Okay, I'll give you that. Everybody else does it, and it's just like a setup move.
Yeah, no, that's one of Charlotte's finishers.
Yeah, no, I concede your point. I remember her winning matches with it. Not that I think that's a great finish, but
listen.
I would rather the moonsault. But then again, everybody does the moonsault.
Listen, she almost won with one of the best moonsaults I've seen onto two people in my life.
I'm glad you mentioned it because usually somebody used those knees and she properly missed. Well, she properly got over both of them. And yeah, it was very, very well done.
Yeah, usually somebody is in the wrong spot and somebody catches
And
a knee.
eats some knees. Yep. But no, she did very well. Charlotte's awesome, dude. Charlotte in the ring is great.
Oh, I know. You ain't got to tell me. It's the rest of the people that hate her that you got to tell.
Well, she gets shoved down everybody's throat. It's like Roman Reigns. So it's like the whole thing is like Charlotte Flair wins, yawn.
Now, I'm going to be honest too. I obviously have not watched a lot of the women's tag team championship matches since the women's tag team titles have been involved.
Well, I'm just talking about Asuka's Flair's just
I know.
reputation since she's been up.
I know, but what I'm saying is this is, in my opinion, the best that I've seen women's tag team championship match. I'm not saying there's not one that's better. I'm just saying I haven't seen one that's better.
Right. I do like that they actually have tag teams now.
Yes.
And not just, AEW's thing where they're just putting two bitches together to, fill out a bracket.
There's only one team they did that with. Two teams they did that with out of the four. Now there's what,
four matches, so 8 teams.
Out of the 8
teams.
of
them were thrown together.
Only 2 of them were thrown together, so I still give them props. They at least had some cohesion for most of it.
Yeah, well,
we'll never understand the Windsor team, and we'll never understand why Hayter and Aminata were truly together.
Take out the Sisters of Sin, and it's Windsor. You got to say it right.
Windsor. Anyways.
I have not missed her on my TV, by the way.
That's okay. You'll get to see her soon.
Sigh. Did you know she's married to Will Ospreay?
I did. I did. You mention it every single time.
I do. It's almost like her push coincides with it.
I don't actually think it does. I actually think she's a decent wrestler.
She's fine.
I actually think she's one of the better women's wrestlers in AEW. Now, personality-wise, she's terrible.
She's Windsor.
Right.
That is the extent of her personality.
Right. But no, I really liked this match. It always goes back to most of my favorite women's matches have Charlotte Flair in it in some way, shape, or form.
She's a big money match.
And person. I keep trying to. I think she's probably. Listen, I think she is, in my opinion, the best women's wrestler of all time. She's not my favorite, but I think she is the best. And I don't mean...
I think she is currently the best.
And I don't mean that as, like, because of her titles. That has nothing to do with it. She's just...
No, she can go in the ring. She can go in the ring. The titles do matter, though.
Well, the titles matter in terms of why people hate her.
Well, they hate her because
It's proof that she's been shoved down everyone's throat.
Yeah, she's been shoved down everybody's throat. She has that flair, arrogance to her. She comes across heelish.
Which she's supposed to.
Well, even when she's babyface, yeah.
That's a part of her story right now.
That likable. She's like Tessa Blanchard. She just doesn't come across all that likable.
No. Tessa Blanchard has dug her own grave with the dumb shit she's actually said.
I know, but even before that, well, I don't know. I guess she's been doing it for so long that probably has a ton to do with it as well. But anyways, she just got that unlikable face. Some people just are naturally heels.
Yeah, she's Roman Reigns. No, people like Roman Reigns for whatever reason.
Yeah, for some fucking reason.
She's Jey Uso. No, she's way better than Jey Uso.
I can't punish the good name of Charlotte Flair by putting her with Jey Uso.
I can't do that too. But no, I just...
She's Randy Orton. She's ladies Randy Orton.
As far as wrestling goes, I cannot think of one woman in the history of wrestling, and I'm talking Trish Stratus, Lita, you can throw them all up there. I cannot think of one woman that has had as many great matches as Flair has had and has been as consistent in the ring as Flair has been. Whether people like her or not, it's fine. I can understand why people don't like her.
Yeah.
But she's not my favorite. She's not even in my top 5 to 10.
No, but her greatness is legit.
She's just good, and that's why I was rooting for her at the Rumble, even though people weren't. I at least got one good Rumble win for me.
Well, it was another Charlotte wins yawn thing for me, because it's like, well, of course she's back and it's gonna win. Why the fuck not?
Right. But then she went on to have a banger at Mania.
And thankfully, they did the right thing and put the young person over.
Yep. But yeah, no. I just thought it was a good match. Post match. The Kabuki Warriors came out to attack everyone. Bayley ended up chasing them off. I thought she was going to turn on old girl and go back with Asuka.
Ooh, that would have been an interesting trio of people. Crazy Bayley, Asuka, and Kairi.
Dude, I was worried. Because I don't want that again. That was terrible the first time around.
I don't remember. You're thinking of Damage Control, and that was EO that she was with then.
Yeah, but it was still a group. She was still with them.
Oh, she was with Damage Control, yeah. That was what? Dakota Kai and EO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Asuka.
I don't remember Asuka in Damage Control.
Not in Damage Control?
No.
Who all was in...
It was EO.
Damage Control. Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky formed the group, but Kairi Sane and Asuka later joined.
Oh, see, you remember something I don't.
Yes. That's why I was saying I didn't, because Asuka was the reason why she ended up leaving.
And then broke off. Okay. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, because Bayley ended up getting kicked out by everybody in February of last year.
Yep.
Anyways.
And then everybody else got released.
Yeah. Well, no, only one person got released.
Yep. Dakota Kai.
The one that
she could not catch a break.
No, I mean, she caught breaks. That was the problem.
Yeah, she's good far too often, apparently.
But yeah, so Bayley chased him off after they realized she was psycho. And that was it.
Yeah. Good match, like you said. I think what made it good for me, because it did start out very sloppy. They had a bunch of really close calls.
Oh my god,
that were really good.
Yo, we got to talk about that Twisted Abigail, where fucking who was it? I think she hit Kyrie with it when Kyrie goes running off the ropes because she's about to go dive out. Yeah, it was Kyrie.
You mean Lyra?
Or yeah, Lyra. Sorry, wrong tag team. Lyra.
Some letters though.
Right.
Pretty much.
Lyra was getting ready to go run to dive out the ring to help Bayley, and out of fucking nowhere, dude, Alexa Bliss slides into the ring, catches her, and puts her in the Sister Abigail DDT.
Yep.
It was so smooth.
Now that you mention it, The production, the production and the camera angles and stuff tonight were fantastic.
They have been with WWE for the last couple of weeks.
I know, but it stood out a lot. Did you see the shot? I think I messaged you about it, of Rusev in the background.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't
where
see
he
the
just
roses.
kind of swivel up because he's the one that chased the Americanos away, wasn't he?
He started. He chased. He threw.
Him and Penta got
Right, Penta.
but
Penta was about to.
they're focused on Grande, and just in the background, you just see Rusev swell up, come out of nowhere, and is just kind of breathing all heavy, all mad behind him. It was a good camera shot.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. No, it was very well done. And like I said, it was an overall serviceable show. The matches, it's the best wrestled Raw in a long time. And I will say, like I said, other than most of the backstage segments that I could have did without, because again, it's all involving people that I just don't care for. Is my problem.
It's all samey week to week.
Right. It's Jimmy and Jay, and you know,
it's too many Judgment Day segments.
Too many Judgment Days. Yeah. It's I don't know. I still hope. I have a hope of hopes that sometime soon. When is the draft usually?
Dude, they've been like not having them for a while. They need one very badly. Both shows' main events need to be shaken up.
So originally, the WWE 2025 draft was supposed to happen after SummerSlam in September, but never happened.
Well, that clearly didn't happen.
Yeah, they just need a draft, dude. Usually they take place shortly after Mania, and then it didn't happen, and then it just hasn't happened. But they need to do something to shake some shit up.
Yeah, they do.
All right. That's that.
Yeah.
So I don't have D&D Friday, I don't think. Oh no, because it's Halloween. You going out of town this Saturday, right? Or this weekend?
No, it's for her birthday. It'll be the
or it's the weekend of the AEW or the AEW pay-per-view, isn't it?
No, it's the 8th through the whatever. It's the week of the 8th, I think. Or it's the Wednesday that's on that. Where's my phone?
Is it the Wednesday where they have Blood and Guts?
Yes. So that's the 12th. So I'll be gone the 12th through the 14th.
Right. So
then I'll be back Saturday.
So I don't have D&D Friday, so Friday would probably be a good time to cover SmackDown. Since Saturday, we're going to have
both Collision and Saturday Night Main Event.
Yes.
Sounds like it's lining up pretty good then.
So we'll cover, and then I'll probably release one of those one of those Sunday really early morning, and then one of those Sunday afternoon.
Right.
Whichever one comes on first. I will say this, match-wise, Saturday night's main event is shaping up to be pretty fucking good.
They usually try to put on a pretty good show.
And I'm hoping watching it on Netflix over in the UK is going to make my experience much better.
Yep, we'll see. That'll be how I watch it as well, since I don't have the Peacock anymore.
So yeah, hopefully it's just a much better show. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys Friday, Saturday morning-ish. We'll talk to you then. Love you. Deuces.
Later.